Hello and welcome, guys, to 7.4.3. This is the easiest path for path 3 of chapter 4 with the nodes Civil Warzone, Mutant Ascendancy, Superiority, which are some of my favorites, and then Discombobulate, which is a great name for a node. So this is the one starting with Spidey Sim Supreme and ending with Ultron Prime, or Ultron, no, not Ultron Prime, Ultron Classic. The Civil Warzone node is whenever the defender is struck, they gain an indefinite armor up. Those armor ups all converted to Furies when they throw a special attack. You've got Mutant Ascendancy, so mutant champions receive 40% base attack, and skilled champions receive 40% minus 40% base attack. And it also gives tech champs a 40% increase as well. Discombobulate, whenever the attacker dodges an attack, they apply a disorient debuff to the defender, reducing their defensive ability accuracy. If the attacker has superiority, striking the defender pauses that disorientate for 0.4 seconds. To get superiority, what do you have to do? That is to gain... you have to have class disadvantage to gain superiority this time. Attackers with class disadvantage also gain a passive attack boost equal to 40% of their base attack. So obviously, you're not losing any... you're not actually having class disadvantage on your attack rating. So this works really, really well. Champs I would recommend for this path are neutralized champs, nullified champs, stagger champs. Then you've also got champs who take advantage of having a lot of buffs. Mordos, SP2. Long shot works amazingly for this path. Ronan does as well because he can stun lock them. And then class disadvantage champs, any mutant champs, because the classes have 3 cosmic champs and 3 tech champs. So your Ultrons, your Penny Parkers, Kitty Pryde, Magneto all work really, really well for this one. Other options, I think, are champs like Rintra, who stop the armor ups from even gaining. So champs like Tigra and Rintra, as I mentioned, in the neutralized champs, and then also champs who take advantage of those armor ups. So Gallon is obviously amazing for this one because he can get he gets 50 planetary mass, 50 or 40, I don't remember which. I think it might be 40 for each armor up. So every time you're hitting him, he's gaining you're gaining planetary mass of about 40. So you can really get to 999 at least 3 times within a minute. So it does work extremely, extremely well. So he's another really good champ for this. This path is one of the easier paths, but it does have a relatively difficult boss in... the boss I've taken for this one is the King Groot, who has a few interesting nodes, to say the least. Very annoying nodes, and King Groot as himself with those purifiers and shrugs is really, really annoying. So... really, on this path, you've got maybe one fight to really be concerned about. I would say that is the Ultron Classic. However, if you bring in sort of a Professor X for evade immunity, that's not an issue. And the same with the Spidey, the Spidey symbiote champ as well. If you bring in somebody who's can counter evade in the tech class, or who just counters evade in general, then that one shouldn't be an issue either. The champs on this path are, like I said, quite easy. It's not something to be worrying about too much. You don't necessarily need to use sort of specific champs. There is another path on this one. I believe this is the path that is the easiest for most people, just because Rintra is one of the best mystic champs in the game. So is Tigra. So not that a lot of people have those, but if they do, they've got them ranked up. A lot of stagger immune champs, and you can also bring in champs like Gallon who benefit off the lots of buffs. Longshot is obviously a big popular champ, so they all work really, really well. That's going to do it for sort of the breakdown of the path. I will see you in the boss fight. I hope this has helped and told you what counters you need. Hello guys, so unfortunately I've lost some of this recording of the King Groot. I actually have no idea where this went. I believe I was recording at the time. I've not deleted it on my phone. I don't know whether it just didn't save, whether it's disappeared. I have to apologise, I've got no idea, whereas you'll see the end of this fight anyway. The King Groot has on him Apex Predator, which means whoever after 30 seconds has the most buffs gains an unblockable and an this also puts sort of a power gain on you. So this works really, really nicely for champs with lots of buffs. You know, Gallon, Venom, both work really, really well. I obviously use Gallon for this one. But you can also bring in champs who nullify all of or neutralize all of King Groot's buffs so that he doesn't become unblockable. Like Clairvoyant works really, really well for this. It shouldn't be too tricky. He does get a few of those Furies, but he's also got Tough as Nails node, so he's getting a lot of armor ups, which really benefits Gallon. And then he also has power build up, which is maybe the most annoying in my opinion, because this is every time he gets 2 bars of power, he throws he gets a prowess that deals a lot of damage. So really, the danger here is allowing him to go unblockable. And have the most buffs, go unblockable and throw in an SP2 because that does a ton of damage. That's the King Groot boss. It's relatively easy. I hope this video has helped you all out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.